Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's card out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Seven of Vessels, Mourning. And every time I draw this card, the thing that pops out to me is the skull right in the center. And then the second thing that really catches my eye is the seven vessels. All right, and when I look at this card, mourning is is a grieving process. When something dies, when somebody dies, or when something dies, when when you stop something from happening. Could be a relationship, could be the passing of a loved one or a pet, significant other. It could be getting fired from a job, okay, or leaving a job on your own, okay. But when I see the skull tells me that to remember where you came from and the journey that you're on as you're moving forward. The skull represents the dead, okay. And at some point after you've grieved, it's time to let that go, okay. And the skull is a reminder that for me, that this is still there, okay. And I know when I've grieved over loved ones before, you have the physical body still there in the coffin, okay, with the skeletons. When with a skeleton, if they have to exhume them, if they've been buried, or obviously if they've been burned, okay, you still have the urn with the ashes. The other piece of that, though, is even though all the seven cups there are empty, it's an opportunity, okay, to refill those cups up with new water, okay, with new life, new emotions, new memories, okay. When you keep that spirit, okay, of that loved one that has moved on, okay, or that, that job that you've moved on to, or, whatever it is, you allow yourself to grow in the sense that it's time for me to move on and, continue moving forward. Because if I stay stagnant, okay, I'm not growing, and I become dead to the world. So this is a time to honor what has moved on and mourn, okay. And mourning is a process, okay, but it's an opportunity to let go and offer thanks and being at peace with the memories that you do have. All right. I know years ago when I was let go of one of my first loves in my job, there was a mourning process that I went through there, because I looked at it and I said, you know what, I did the best that I could. We obviously didn't meet eye to eye on certain things, and I mourned for a little bit, okay, because it made me realize that my dream job is going to be harder to achieve than what I thought. All right, but I learned from those mistakes that I made when I was young, okay, and I moved forward with it. Okay, I let the opportunities, come to me in a little bit of different fashion to, bring me blessings further down the road. And, when I look at what happened, all those years back, I say to myself, this was an opportunity for me to move forward, to understand, that life is more than just this, that, and the other thing. There was more to it. And look at what has happened over the years, all right, and the blessings that you've gotten. So by able to, let go of that hurt and move past that loss of, the dream job, okay, over the years, I've come at peace with it because I've gained so much more in the process, okay? And that process has helped me heal from that death of losing that position or failure, and it brought peace to my soul, okay? And it also honored that which had passed over the time. No longer do I have those hard feelings against the organization that I worked for at that time. And, I'm very grateful, okay, for that opportunity to, be out there and, talking to the public and, kind of getting my feet wet with my dream job. After that event, I stayed in that field for a little bit longer, and then, something better came along that was more lucrative. And that kind of jump started me for the next little bit of my career to where, I've been at this job, the career that I'm at now for 30 years. So um, the good thing about that is too, is, it brought closure. It brought closure to the fact that, you know what they did was right when I think about it in the past. I still may not like it, but again, no hard feelings to what's going on, and it was time for me to move on. And that was, that Spirit's way of telling you that, hey, there's better things out there for you. Now, closure to this, the grieving period, that can take a long time to happen. For some people, they can grieve over something, and, within a week to 2 weeks, they're done with it. Okay. For some people, it takes up to 2 years, and that could be, a loss of a job, a loss of a relationship, a loss of a loved one or pet. But the thing is there's still the memories. There's still the memories of the good times that you had with what was going on. And look at the opportunities, that you've learned over that past with that person, with that pet, with that job, with that relationship. All right. And how can you enhance that? How can you make that better? Okay. As you move forward. It could also be, one of the images that just came to mind is a celebration of life. You see celebrations of, people in the South where, they don't let the dead be grieved in a way where it's sad and it's mournful. It's a celebration that, they were remembering the memories that they had with that person. All right. And they're letting the world know about it. They're out there, dancing in the streets and dancing in the pews and dancing in the churches. And, they're celebrating that somebody that they loved, that they cherished, has now moved on to the other side. Okay. And the good thing about that is too, is when that soul, whether it's a pet soul or a human soul, has moved on to the other side, those souls are, keeping watch over you. Those spirits are keeping watch over you to keep you safe, to give you the opportunity, to move forward on your spiritual journey and your spiritual path, to learn new things, to experience. They've taught the lessons that they needed to teach with all the people that they've taught, that they've touched in their lifetime. And, you can't put a number to the cobwebs or to the wheel spokes of the number of people that you touch in your lifetime. Okay, from kindergarten, from being born when a doctor first takes you out, to the last time when you're maybe laying in that bed, waiting for the last rites from a priest, or looking for hospice to help you through, to get you to the other side. Okay, because that web of people that you've touched, okay, over the course of your lifetime is immense. All right, and it could have been something as simple as a smile on somebody's face, on your face, a hello, offering, a hand up, congratulating somebody for, doing a great job. People, just little things, okay, are remembrances of making those experiences worthwhile to remember. And, and once these people are gone and you sit back and I know I talk to my dad all the time. I ask him for guidance. I ask him, what can I do better? Where can I move forward? And I ask all my spirit guides, that are there as well. How can I move forward? All right. Help protect me when I'm driving down the road in nasty conditions, or, how can I, hey, Dad, help me with this problem that I have with this process. I remember working on a house. My dad was a carpenter, and I was working on, a house that I owned, and I just looked up to the heavens and said, hey, Dad, I have no knowledge of how to do this, but can you help me out and do it? And sure enough, I meditated some more that day, and he came to me and he showed me the resources that I would need to move forward to, to complete that project. So yes, this is a time of mourning, okay, but once you've mourned and you've grieved, let it go, okay? Let those bones lie, Okay, remember the Spirit for what it was. Remember the Spirit that was in people. Remember the Spirit and the heart and the love that they had for you. Okay, in good times as well as bad times, because those people were there for you. All right, so I hope this resonates with you. Leave comments down below, and we'll talk to you tomorrow with the Wildwood card of the day. This is D for Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.